I'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth here at New Bethlehem Baptist Church. Delegate Brooke Lierman, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm happy to be here at New Bethlehem Church, 1354 North Carey Street, where we are still putting the call out for volunteers. We're going to unload about 10,000 pounds of food and distribute it to the neighborhood. Okay.
Black people, white people working together, Latino, Asians. That's what Baltimore is really about.
That is what it absolutely should be about, and every day we should be fighting to make sure that that is what it's about. So.
You think of these helicopters I hear all the time.
Well, I'll tell you, my 2-year-old son loves them.
He loves them?
My 2-year-old son is all about the helicopters. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's an unfortunate reminder of the situation that we're in right now, and I'm hopeful that over the weekend...
These neighborhoods haven't been touched.
Yeah.
The last one to come into the hood,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Looking at the Republican Party on North Avenue, $100 million, and, you know, we as Democrats, you know, we have to up our game.
We do, I agree. I mean, I'm hopeful that, you know, the engagement that is happening right now will extend into voter registration and voter engagement. If we want to be pushing socioeconomic change, if we want to be running on a platform of social justice, then we need to be electing people who believe in that.
There's got to be some policy changes, though. I mean, when you think of mass incarceration, you know, this country incarcerates 25% of the world's inmates. 44% of them are African-American males, and African-American women are the fastest growing demographic. There's so many angles to this problem. It's really going to take a multi-pronged approach, but you know, we can fix all of these things, but if we don't look at some of the major issues like mass incarceration, a reality that touches home right here in Sandtown, you know, it's like we have our heads still stuck in the sand.
It is. It's a huge problem. I think also we need to start younger than that, though. We need to be looking at the issues of daycare and issues of education and making sure our kids have these best schools they can go to.
Baltimore City child care facilities have to go through the Excel program because they have the largest number of voucher parents.
Right.
But so the local daycares have a much more stringent code that they must adhere to, and any violation thereof essentially shuts them down.
You know, we have to strike the right balance. We have to make sure that children in daycare facilities are safe, are being fed appropriately, their brains are being nourished as they're learning in those earliest years. We also have to make sure that the state is working with people so that there are adequate, high-quality daycare facilities in the school. Daycare facilities not only help kids at the youngest age, they also allow their parents to get to work. You know, as a mom, I know it can be incredibly challenging, and it's something we have to keep working on.
Education, Baltimore City, worst schools in the state of Maryland. You know, when the former governor would talk about us having the best schools in the country,
he wasn't always talking about Baltimore.
He couldn't have.
Yeah.
But there was a time we had you know, we had a really good school system. I came through it. I'm a proud product.
Yep. And you know, I will say, some of our schools are great, some of them are horrible, and we have to get to a point where every neighborhood school is a school that a parent can be proud to send their kids to. And I'm on the appropriations committee, and one of our huge focuses has been education funding, because we can't do it without the appropriate level of funding. And that's one of the things that I have been working on with the state legislature.
And Baltimore City Public Schools had some missing money.
They did, and I'm extremely worried about that. If we're going to be fighting to get them funding, we have to make sure they're spending it the right way and in a responsible way, to make sure that every dollar is furthering the education of our kids.
How do you feel? I mean, we've heard that the officers are going to be charged. How are you feeling?
I am grateful that the state's attorney has stepped up, and I am also, you know, this is a really trying time in the city of Baltimore.
Yes, it is.
I think that it's very important that the police officers now go through the criminal justice system, and you know, I'm grateful that she has stepped up and made these steps today, and you know, I'm looking, you know, I will be reading along as an attorney. I'll be following the trial, and I hope that this, you know, causes changes in our criminal justice system and in the police force. And I want to make sure that the police officers who are good police officers and respect,
there are a lot of good officers.
many good police officers. I want to make sure that we are, highlighting their work too, so that they don't feel like they're being branded as criminals.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Delegate Brooke Lierman.
Thank you.
Keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.